Okay, can you hear me now?
There we go. Perfect.
No.
How are you?
Beautiful. Oh, I'm good, buddy. How you doing?
Yeah, good, mate. Thanks for joining us.
No, thank you, man. Thank you
Where
so much.
Where are you? You look like you're having a bit of fun out in the outdoors.
I just came from the gym. I'm here in Santa Monica. I'm sitting at a coffee shop.
Santa Monica. Beautiful. Which
Yeah.
gym are you training at there, mate?
Wildcard West, man.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah,
Has Freddie got back over there yet?
It's part of what you get Wildcard that's in Hollywood.
Yep.
And then you get Wildcard West that is in Santa Monica, which is part of Freddie, but it's just separate. It's more private.
Yeah, nice. Has Freddie made his way over there since the Pacquiao Horn fight?
You know what? Freddie is in Wildcard. Yeah, he's back there, but Freddie is back there.
All right, no worries, mate. I'll just quickly introduce you to everybody over here. I mean, a lot of people are going on about the sparring, blah blah blah. But let's have a talk about you and yourself at the moment. So where are you up to in terms of fights? Did Lamont Peterson take the fight?
Lamont Peterson didn't take the fight.
No.
We are number 14 at WBO. So I know my manager Peter Khan. Peter Khan is my manager out of Miami. He's very connected with Australia's boxing managers and promoters and stuff. And we've put in an official challenge for Jeff Horn as his optional defense, because I don't know what Pacquiao is. No one knows what Pacquiao is up to right now. We don't know how long it's going to make Jeff Horn wait. We don't know if he's really going to do the rematch. Maybe he's going to go different. I mean, no one knows. So he's kind of keep us hanging. But we've put in a challenge to fight your man, Jeff Horn, which so deserves to be the world champion, in my opinion.
I mean, we did a talk about it last week, and we scored the fight ringside, and we had it 115-113 to Jeff Horn. When we look back, we seen two different sides. We seen the Teddy Atlas footage where the commentators kind of put their point across to the casual fans and took away what was happening in the fight.
Teddy Atlas, like you just said, by their commentary, they made the people believe that Jeff Horn was losing, and they forgot to really look at what Jeff Horn is doing, and they were listening to what Teddy was saying, and it was false, false believing. I watched the fight, and as the fight went on, I was like, I told everyone, I said, listen here, Jeff Horn is the aggressor. He's landing big shots. I said, yes, Pacquiao is a superstar, but don't look at it like that way.
No.
I said, Pacquiao almost stopped him in 9, but he didn't. No, he didn't. He didn't, and that is part of boxing. We're gonna get hit, we're gonna get rocked. But it's about that instinct, that champion instinct of surviving, and Jeff Horn did that. Coming out around 10 and 11 and winning and being dominant. You know what? I was like, don't hate or discourage Jeff Horn. I said he did exactly what he had to do. He had to come out, fight his heart out, and that is what he did. He's not controlling the scorecard. He deserves to win, and people need to attend him and address him as a worthy champion, because he is.
Yeah. And 4 or 5 years ago, if Pacquiao lands 30 unanswered punches or gets somebody on the ropes, let's take it back to let's go back to De La Hoya. There's no way in the world De La Hoya comes out in the 10th and lands the first 20 punches unanswered. And that's what Horn did.
Yeah. You know what? From my side, there's absolutely no argument that I believe and I stand with the decision that Jeff Horn deserves to be crowned champion. And
Good
you know what? Jeff Horn inspired me that day. He inspired me so much, showing me that, you know what, if you want it bad enough, and you just stick it out there. He inspired me and he motivated me because I want to fight your man.
So, mate, he's over there at the moment. Have you managed to bump into him?
No, but my manager is busy talking to his people, and we might grab a coffee.
Yeah, nice. You might not want to fight him after that. Apparently, he's a really, really nice bloke.
I believe he's a nice guy. I believe, but you know what? Same with me. I'm two different people. When I'm outside, I'm the really down-to-earth, humble kind of guy. When you're in the ring, that's your job.
It's different, eh? So, mate, let's look back. I watched a fight of yours earlier on, maybe 5 or 6 years ago against I'm from England originally, so Matthew Hatton. He came over to, was it in Johannesburg?
Yeah, Johannesburg.
Yeah, it was. That's right. Yeah, Box Nation, if I remember rightly.
What is that?
Box Nation televised the fight.
Box Nation televised the fight.
That's right. Yeah. And yeah, mate, pretty convincing win for you. And if I remember correctly, that was the IBO belt, was it?
Yeah, I made the third defense of
yes,
the second defense of my IBO belt.
Mate, what was Matthew like? Because obviously we know he didn't have the skills of Ricky, and he didn't have the heart.
A lot of people like in Jeff Horn's case, when you are unknown, people tend to write you off immediately. When you're unknown, people write you off. And I remember Matt Hatton just lost against Canelo Alvarez, and he went 12 rounds with Canelo before he fought me. And people were like, no, Jeff, Matthew is just, gonna destroy this kid. And I knew he's not gonna beat me. I've watched this fight. I just knew I was hungrier than him, and that he's smaller than me, and that he's not gonna beat me. I wasn't fazed by Matthew. He was a dirty fighter. He's clever though, and he was holding on and doing a lot of stuff. He's a spoiler. He knew how to spoil me, and that was the first time I was really in a fight where a guy knew how to spoil me. And so he made it difficult to get a bad head cut. But and I was more worried about the ref, because the ref was from England as well. And that wasn't the case. So I was more worried like the ref might stop this fight because of all the cut and the blood and stuff. But
so the split was the split from a punch, or was it a head clash? Because Matthew's you're southpaw, right?
Yeah, I'm southpaw.
Yeah.
As I can remember, it was a headbutt, and then he punched me eventually right somewhere in the fight. He caught me with a big shot, which opened up, opened it up really badly. But I wasn't fazed by Matthew at all. He doesn't have the punching power. It was just a spoiler.
So let's turn to your, in my view, the biggest fight of your career, and probably one of the most exciting fighters at the moment that I like to watch, and I know a lot of people probably agree with me. Errol Spence Jr., mate.
That's my record. That is my only loss in my career.
That's right.
My first loss was never a loss.
No.
I was robbed, but that was my loss in my career. And I don't make excuses, because I lost to a better man. He's a world champion now. I lost to a beast. But if I tell you that I lost that fight mentally, the day before the fight, I was completely out of it, and this is why. People don't know this, and thank you for giving me this platform.
Yeah.
On the day of the weigh-in, I'm in Canada, in Toronto, in Canada, waiting on Freddie Rhodes to show up. Okay, my trainer, which I've been training with for 2 months for this fight.
Yeah.
Freddie Rhodes, I get a phone call that Freddie is not going to make it. I'm sitting in Canada. Freddie sent 2 trainers to be with me. That wasn't with me in camp. They don't know me. So mentally, as a fighter, when I got that news the day before the fight that Freddie is not going to be in my corner, mentally I lost it. I freaked out, and I was like, "What do you mean Freddie's not going to be here?" And anything, I should have been better prepared, but I wasn't. In the sense of it took over mentally. I was defeated. I walked to that ring that night. I had to throw my management out of my corner, out of my dressing room, because we were in an arbitration lawsuit, me and my manager. So I had all of these things that me as a fighter, had to handle and go to the fight with. And then Freddie doesn't show up. So the night I walked to that ring, let me tell you this. The night I walked down that aisle to that ring, I knew I was going to lose. I knew it. And for the first time in 10 years as a pro fighter, I knew that I'm going to lose. I walked down and I was like, you know what? I know I'm going to lose tonight, but I want to prove one thing. I said, if anything tonight, I want to show that I will not get knocked out by Errol Spence. He will not knock me out.
Well,
and I will go out on my feet.
It took him, I think it even took him 7 rounds just to take a knee.
To drop in a body.
Yeah.
To take a knee. I stood up. I went on in the round 8. Yep. He landed flush on me. He didn't, and I'm going to be straight with you. He hurt me to the body.
Yep.
But he didn't hurt me to the jaw.
No.
Couldn't hurt me to the jaw. And all I had was calling him out, which is not me.
No.
But that's all I had. And the referee stopped the fight on a TKO. And I just wanted to show, you know what, I'm not going to get knocked out. But it was a loss, and and I took it badly because that was my real first loss, and I took it badly, and I didn't know really how to handle it. Um, but I overcome it. I went home, been with my family, overcome it, and I bounced back with two wins, which placed us in a position to now challenge your champion, Jeff Horn.
Yeah.
It's just many factors keep us waiting, man.
So, first of all, I think it's pretty important to explain to people, because we see it all the time in the game that, you know, you could take 500 punches to the head and not be phased. One body shot and it's over. It is over.
And if you're gonna go and look at his footage again with me and Errol Spence.
Yep.
He landed. If you're gonna look at what vicious body shots he landed before I took a knee, you know, I took about 50, 60 ugly body shots. I took a whole bunch of body shots up to round 7 before it eventually, you know what, I said, you know what, it was one too many and I had to take a bow. Like you said, I choose over and over. Rather hit on my jaw than hit on my body. Because the body, you know, it takes one perfect place shot on the body that can just destroy you.
And it doesn't even need to be a hard punch. It just needs to find the right spot.
Just a good spot. It doesn't even have to be that hard.
Oh, yeah. Crazy. Mate, moving on. So let's say Jeff Horn, will he get the chance to do a voluntary before he does his mandatory, or?
Optional. Yes. No, because he fought the champion, he gets an optional. You know, he fought the number 1, he fought the champion, so he gets an optional.
Nice.
So he can have a voluntary and optional defense, and that's why we're putting it in. And going back and forth, you know, Jeff's promoter and management team, and everyone likes the fight. And I mean, I think it will be a huge fight. For my name, you know, a lot of people know me, and there's a lot of South Africans in Australia as well. Yep. So, you know what, this should still be a huge fight.
Where would you like to see that happen? In the States or in Australia?
You know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Because you know over here, you're going to sell out 50,000 people. You know that, right?
That's it. You know, but that's it. And to me, just being in the part of Jeff is the champion, and I know he wants to fight in the States. If the fight happens, well done. But he's the champion, so I respect him, and I will travel to Australia because it will be an honor just to be in your country and to fight in front of your people. It will really be an honor.
Mate, you've got to give yourself a big chance of winning that fight. Let's be honest, because I got asked this question. Will Jeff Horn go on to unify against Errol Spence? No. Will he go on to beat Danny Garcia? Will he go on to beat Keith Thurman? No. Will he beat Kell Brook? No. You've got to fancy your chances taking that voluntary.
Brother, I'm going to be very honest with you. I fancy, you know, as much as he's the champion, and I respect him, I've got a very good. Out of all the champions, Jeff is for me the most likely to be beaten by me as well. And then I fancy my chances. I will go in there positive. I'm not Pacquiao in the sense of that is I'm not so small. I won't get bullied.
No,
I'm not 40 years old. You know, I'm a big welterweight like Jeff. It could be stars make fights, and I believe it could be beautiful. It could be a good fight.
Definitely. All right, mate. Let's, I suppose, move on to the event that's taking over the whole world. I'm not going to call it a fight. I wouldn't disrespect.
I like what you just said.
I wouldn't disrespect any boxers and say it's a fight, because I don't think it is. Just for example, so I went and competed in the Golden Gloves here 2-3 weeks ago and won. Now, Conor McGregor wouldn't be allowed to fight in the Golden Gloves because he hasn't had 3 fights. He wouldn't be allowed to fight. But on the other side of that, I know how hard it is to make money as a professional athlete, so I'll never, ever begrudge anybody of making money, never, ever in the world, because, you know, that's what we've got to do to make a living.
Absolutely. You know what? It's you know, we risk our lives every time we step in that ring to fight. You know, you could one punch could change the rest of your life. I mean, you could be a vegetable. You could be in a coma. We recently, I've seen more of this. People, boxers falling into comas than I've seen in a very long time.
Yeah.
And it's kind of scary because you know what? We do this, and that's what kind of upset me a little bit with the whole Conor McGregor thing. You know, Conor is an 0-0 fighter. He's a mixed martial artist. He's a UFC fighter. He's not a boxer.
No.
Take a guy like me. Take a guy like Jeff Horn. Guys that's been fighting for years, putting our lives on the line over and over to get an opportunity like this. And here comes a guy that's 0-0 just because the fan base and the public demanded it. It happened.
Yeah.
You know, and he's never been in there, you know, in a boxing ring. He does not know what it feels like to be in 12 rounds. He doesn't.
No.
And he's soon gonna find out what it feels like to be in 6 rounds.
Mm.
Because it's a whole different game. It's a whole different game, and you know it.
Oh, mate, just one visual, and don't get me wrong, like yourself, I know we both have massive admiration for what he does in his game. He's an amazing athlete.
I'm a Conor McGregor fan when it comes to the UFC.
Me too, when it comes to the UFC. However, if Ricky Hatton, De La Hoya, the list goes on, we'd be sat here all day. They don't even land a punch on Floyd Mayweather, right? The only time Mayweather's been rocked is Maidana, who was very, very cheeky the way he did it.
And ugly and dirty. Shane Mosley,
Sugar Shane. He put a good one on him, but still.
That's what makes him champion. He knew how to survive. He knew exactly what to do when he got hurt. He knew exactly what to do. Where a lot of fighters would panic and try and fight back. Mayweather was so clever about it. You know, he got rocked badly against Mosley.
Yeah.
But but it's in boxing. We got, there's a point in our time where we're gonna get hit, and it's about how we're gonna handle it. And Mayweather showed that even though I've been rocked so badly, I think he didn't know where he was at that point. But he knew how to survive. He knew exactly what to do.
Well, you don't jump in a pool expecting not to get wet.
There we go.
But
there you go.
So what I'm going to do is, if just keep an eye on the screen. I just want to share some footage, and it's just of your sparring with Conor McGregor. Just let those sirens go past, if that's okay. Can you see this? Can you see
Absolutely.
Yeah. Let me.
Yeah, the match live.
Yeah. Do you mind if I just play this, and we might just have a stop and have a chat, because there's some fundamental schoolboy errors that he made.
This is the reason why I released my footage, because if you look at the MacLab, they edited this version so bad, you know, without my consent, without my agreement. They released it.
Yeah,
you know, I was having fun with him, playing around with him, just having fun, and they went on editing.
See that there? See that there, where he's tried to do his little shoulder, and this is on his footage, like you said, heavily headed. Now, his lead leg has already bent up. If he even gets touched here, he's gone.
Yeah, that's it.
Right. So that's just one fundamental error. I want to find the part where what he seems to do is he tries to come in southpaw with both feet so close together that just a push would knock him back 3 steps. And there we go. So he tries to use that shoulder roll without turning his hips or his shoulders. So you can see that you're just playing around with him here. It's like watching a man.
Yeah, you know what? This is what hurts me the most is, like I said, you know, I came off a 1-month holiday, blah blah blah, long story short, and this was the second sparring session. You guys should have seen the first sparring session when I cut his nose up, and because the first sparring session with me and Conor was more like, okay, I gotta prove that, you know, I'm gonna beat up this guy. This is the second sparring session. Once we now friends and we found each other and we're humbled and we're nice to each other. And they were very clever, because in the second sparring session, this is when I pulled around and played around, because there was mutual respect. And they took that footage and edited it and made me look so shit.
But even still, mate, that might be the view of casual fans. But for somebody that knows the game and knows boxing, the fundamental, so the best way for me to explain it is when a new kid comes into the gym and somebody jumps in the ring with him to show him around the ring, like what I seen you doing there was, your head movement was crazy. You had your hands around your ankles at some stages.
Yeah, I was playing around.
That's the best analogy. It's like when you bring a kid in, you're trying to give him a little bit of confidence. Obviously, you was trying to help him do what he needed to do, but still, there was one time, I'll find the footage and I'll run it over the video later. I think I counted 6 or 7 small jabs, and he was bouncing back off the ropes, back at you.
Oh,
And
yeah, and I landed. Yeah.
yeah, and I like that punch that you throw. It's the overhand left, but you pull it really short and over your elbow. And I could see in your movements, you pulled out of the punch because it probably would have knocked him out if it touched him.
There's a few times where I just pulled out because, like I said, there was respect, and I was like, you know what, I'm not here to hurt him or whatever. I was here to help him because I knew he was preparing for Nate Diaz at that point.
Yeah.
But it turned out to be good for me. I mean, the whole world knows about me right now.
That's right, yeah, and that's one thing. So you moved back over from South Africa to the States to full time now, or?
I'm here at the moment full time now for 3 years. I go back home once a year. I've been here for 3 years now, and I'm a guy of faith, my man. I walk by faith, and I know why I came to America. I had a dream, I had a vision, and everything I've visioned has come to life. And this is it. This is my year because I've manifested. I'm getting goosebumps. Everything that I've achieved, I've manifested because I believe the vision I've got is a gift from God, showing me that, Chris, I've got this in store for you. I know what I got in store for you, but you got to go take some risks in life and believe in me. And I've done that. And everything I've manifested has come to life, my brother. If I tell you, you will get goosebumps. And this is it. I've said, I said I want to win a world title when I'm 24. I was 24 and I won my first world title. And I said, everyone asked me from there on, when you want to win your second world title? I said, when I'm 30 years old. And without knowing it, I'm 30 years old now. Without knowing it, all of a sudden, I'm in the conversations of fighting more champions again.
Yes.
Lamont Peterson, your man, Jeff Horn. And I believe my faith is so strong that I am going to get my shot in this year when I'm 30. And oh yeah, there's it, man. That's it. And I believe I'm going to get my shot, not because I'm cocky, because I'm confident in my faith. And I will move back to South Africa because my vision, and I know what my purpose is in life. Boxing is my foundation. When fighting for world title, like I manifested, that is my foundation. I know what my purpose is in life. And can I tell you what's my purpose in life? My purpose in life is to go back to South Africa and inspire the kids that love boxing so much, but the sport is dying because they don't have role models.
Exactly.
And I want to go back. I want to go back home, and I want to say, you know what? I've said this. I've manifested this. I went out there, and you know what? Just because I had faith in God, in Jesus Christ, I've done it. And I want to go back. I want to go to schools. And I want to go. I've got to go win hard for the Lord, man. That's through my boxing. Could
you imagine what kind of response you would get if you could take a one of the 4 recognized belts back to South Africa?
My brother, that would be, it hasn't been done in so long for South African to leave his country and go win it internationally. And, I had people that inspired me. Francois Botha that fought Mike Tyson and he's got a White Buffalo. And I had Corey Sanders. I had people to look up to. The kid, who is the South African at the moment that is in America trying?
Well,
there's only one.
The only one that I know is you. Yeah.
I am the only one. That's the scary thing, and I'm so close. And I believe that it's gonna happen. I believe it.
Oh well, mate. Good luck to you, and I really hope it does. So, moving forward, let's get some predictions from you because you're better known than anybody in the sport at the moment. You're the only one that we all know who's shared the ring with Conor. What do you see happening in this fight?
Okay, this is it. Conor's gonna come out, and I want to touch on this, and I'm gonna remind you about this.
Yep.
Conor's going to come out and he's going to try and show the people that he's now a boxer. So he's going to try and be a boxer, okay? Which is already the first mistake. Because you don't try and compete against Mayweather being a boxer, trying to show that you're now a boxer.
No.
Okay? He's going to do that. Mayweather is the first one going to move around, make Conor miss. And the moment Conor starts missing, Conor's confidence is going to go down. Mayweather is going to tag him a little bit, and Conor is going to forget everything. Absolutely everything he's learned about boxing in this last year. Conor is going to forget it, and he's going to go right into his mixed martial arts style, dropping the hands, getting kind of flashy. He's going to do that, and he's going to start getting tagged. Mayweather is going to start, let's say, round 2, tag him a little bit more. Round 3, Conor McGregor is going to realize boxing is a whole different game. going to gas out. He's going to get tired. Mayweather, mark my words, Mayweather came in at 146 for the last 2 years of his life.
Yeah.
This fight is saying at 154.
Yeah.
Mayweather's not going to come in at 146.
No.
He's going to come in bigger. He's going to come in bigger as ever. So he's going to carry a little bit more power. But
he knows he can give away that speed a little bit as well.
Yeah. But so he's going to come in. He's going to tag Conor, embarrass Conor. Conor's going to lose it. He's going to come with his MMA style. Get tagged. Mark my words, Mayweather's going to start put his shoulder up. Mayweather's going to start walking him down because he's tired.
Yep.
And I see this as a TKO. The rest is just going to stop. He's going to say, Conor, you're getting beaten up. And my prediction is between 3 and 5.
Yeah?
Between round 3 and 5. If this fight goes past 6 rounds, it is an embarrassment for Floyd.
See, what I'm thinking now is because, and I agree, if Floyd chooses to stop the fight in round 1, he will. What I think might happen, and I'll take you back to the Miguel Cotto Margarito rematch, the second fight, where Miguel Cotto wanted to take him 12 rounds. He didn't want to knock him out. He wanted to put so much pain and just
him up.
Yeah, and I don't want to see anybody get hurt. And like you said, the referee probably will err on the side of caution for Conor McGregor because let's face it, he's a novice boxer.
That's it. That's it. You know it will be better than anyone. He's a novice boxer.
So there's 2 ways it can go. Floyd plays up and doesn't want to stink the place out by knocking him out in the first round and taking $1 billion for 20 seconds work, or he can take all of this personal and bad taste and just punish the life out of him for 12 rounds, 3 minutes after 3 minutes after 3 minutes.
I see that. I see what you're saying. But do you feel the same as me if I said that will hurt Mayweather more than anything? That will actually make Conor McGregor so much better and say, you know what, he went 12 rounds for Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, I understand that. I understand.
And now, every interview I've said it, and people say, how can I say, what gives me the confidence to say that Conor is going to start coming with his mixed martial arts style and do this? If you're going to look at the very first press conference that was now in LA, the moment Floyd stood in front of him, and as Frazier hit Conor to say, listen here, you're now in a boxing world. I'm getting goosebumps. What is the very first thing Conor went and do?
Straight back.
Start doing this with his, right back to UFC. And I was like, there's it. You know, the moment he faces that Frazier, he's going to go where he's comfortable.
And especially when you add, as a fighter, you would know, when you add fatigue and when you add the adrenaline dump, you revert to basics. You revert to whatever is natural.
That's it. Go to what I'm comfortable at.
Yes.
I agree with you.
Now, you just look, we don't know how much we can go into this, but you know Jesse Vargas, obviously. Yeah. So Jesse was saying that Conor has actually been KO'd in the last couple of weeks with 16-ounce pillows and headgear on. I don't know if you've heard this. Boxing's a small world, and I don't know if you've heard anything about this.
It could be true. I've heard something about it, and it could be true because at one point I heard Conor had some serious boxers in there for sparring, and then within a week he had some people in there that no one has ever heard of. Some guys, he's posting photos where he's tapping the guy's hair and standing by him and say the goat. So he's definitely changed his sparring partner. So it could be true.
Yeah. I'll just tell you what I heard. I heard he took in Jesse and Brandon Rios, and then within 6 days he chose to bring Paulie in for the last part.
I wouldn't even. And you know what? Paulie's gonna beat him up.
He'll beat him up, but he's not gonna knock him out with 16.
No, but he's gonna beat him up.
Oh,
he's gonna beat him up.
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, you know what? Conor McGregor is the winner. You know, if he loses, I lost to Floyd Mayweather. He gets $100 million. If he wins, he's bigger than life. I mean, he's the biggest athlete there is.
But do you know who the biggest winner is in this, mate? And I'm sick of having this debate with MMA people. Boxing wins because it solidifies.
If I was with you now, I'd like to shake your hand. And people say, everyone, you know what makes me mad is these people telling me, oh, this hurts boxing. I was like, yeah, how this does not hurt boxing. This
No.
boxing is the winner because finally
Yep.
we can end this conversation with you MMA fighters telling me that a mixed martial artist can compete with an elite fighter. We're gonna end that conversation and prove that boxing, stand-up boxing, is the ultimate sport. So
Well,
boxing is the winner.
I thought we'd done that with Holly Holm. I thought that Holly Holm did that for us. But then all of a sudden they're like, oh yeah, but that, Ronda was over it, blah, blah, blah. There's no excuse here. Conor's at the top of his game. He's at the top of their game. There's nobody even close to him, right?
Yep.
And we're taking Floyd. Now, Floyd's record speaks for itself, yeah? Now, let me say, if Floyd steps in the ring now with a fit, any of the top 6, that becomes a tough fight. Any of the top 6 at 147, that's who knows? Given what Floyd's age is and how his hands are, you put Floyd in with the top MMA fighter, and it's not even a fight.
No, not at all. Now I've got to ask you something.
Yep.
And I feel that you have thought about this. Maybe. Do you think that? Okay, obviously we both know Floyd is going to destroy Mayweather, and then Conor McGregor is gonna say, okay, 1-0. Step in the octagon. Do you think we will see that? And the reason why I ask this is, if you look at the last 2 press conferences, Floyd was constantly saying, we'll do the rematch in the octagon. I am MMA. And Conor was constantly saying out loud, okay, I beat you in the boxing. Let's do a rematch in the octagon. And Floyd was like, let's do it. Do you think they've planted the seed now and earn more money in the octagon now?
Wow. Yeah. Well, yeah. So let's take it back to.
They've already planted that little seed now.
Yeah, and Floyd mentioned 4-ounce gloves as well.
Yes, all of that little things I picked up. I said, oh boys, they are busy planting a seed in our head because he's gonna beat Conor, and Conor is gonna say, okay, let's make this a fair game. Get in the octagon. I think we're gonna see Floyd getting in the octagon.
I'll tell you what might happen if that does come true, and that situation does eventuate. If Floyd, when you've sparred with somebody and you get the timing, then the next time you get in with them and you're better, it's a really easy thing to do. If Floyd just plays with McGregor in the ring, 2 things happen. Floyd gets his time in on McGregor, and McGregor's head is thinking, holy shit, what am I going to do? I've got, we're bare knuckle fighting basically. I can't rush in and wrestle him because he's going to smash me on the way in. Yeah, he might take some confidence from that.
I'm telling you, we're going to see Mayweather McGregor 2 in the octagon. What?
Wow.
That's why Mayweather is all of a sudden, Donna, I love you, Donna. Donna, you're my friend. Donna White, blah, blah. And go look at Conor McGregor. He goes to Floyd's CEO.
Leonard.
And he goes, I love you, Leonard. He goes, I love the way you did. It's already buddy with the. Mark my words, we're going to see a Floyd Conor in the octagon.
Rumors are. I agree. That's a good point. That's a really good point because I think, you're right. Rumors are they shared a private jet over to London from LA. Did you hear it?
No, I've heard that. They're taking all of us for a ride, and we know it. Guys like me and you that know the fighting, we know that this has all been staged. I don't care who says what, because look how calm. I mean, Conor McGregor walks around and touches Floyd on the head and rubs. It's all staged. It's all staged.
Yeah,
but that's a good job.
Like we've already discussed, I'm happy to go along for the ride because I know it's going to solidify boxing as that number 1.
That's why I can't wait, because I know boxing is going to be the winner, and I'm going to be the first to tweet and say, "I told you so."
I told you so. Make sure you mention me in that tweet because I'll be right behind you. I knew it. No, that's brilliant, mate. So, Go on.
No. I just wanted to say I gotta follow you on all the social networks.
Yeah, well, we'll get through all that, mate. We'll put this out and we'll send it through. But do you have any sponsors that you'd like to just drop in? Look, we like to throw as much as we can in this.
No, I don't have any sponsors at the moment time to, so I'm cool.
So anybody that wants to get a sponsorship, get on board.
man. And I'm telling you, I'm coming to Australia very soon. Mark my words. I'm going to fight Jeff Horn in Australia.
There we go. Mate, we'd be glad to have you, and reach out to us when you do, and we'll be there to help out in any way. Even any sparring that you need, mate, just reach out. We'll find some kids for you. Better than Conor McGregor.
Thank you so much, man.
Here, one last one. The way that Conor was coming in square on you with his hands down, the last person that we seen do that with Floyd, Ricky Hatton. Does Floyd still have it in him to put somebody to sleep? Yeah.
I think, I'd say yes.
Yeah.
I'd say yes. Especially a novice.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
Especially a novice. I don't care who says what, especially a novice.
Okay, mate. That's it. I think we'll end on that, eh?
What a fun interview, and thank you for reaching out to me. Thank you for making me part of this, my brother.
Thanks for having us.
May you be blessed in abundance.
We speak to you soon, mate, and hopefully we'll catch up again soon. Good luck with all the training coming up, and hopefully you get that Jeff Horn fight, mate.
Thank you so much.
See you soon.
See you soon. Bye-bye.